Hi everyone, I'm Ankush, and in this very short video, we're going to talk about third-party cookies. So, just a basic context first. If you visit any website, you must have gone through this very potential notification of our website supports third-party cookies. So, whether you want to accept it or you want to reject it, and blindfoldedly, we click this button called accept. Sometimes we click reject, but then it asks again, and the notification keeps popping out again and again. So, we just click on this accept button. Okay, so we are going to talk about what this accept thing actually does when you click on the accept button. So let's get started. First things first, what is a cookie? So cookie is simply a string. So if you don't know what is string is some simply um, a combination of basic characters and also A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. This is a string. Fine. So cookie is just a string which can be used for various purposes. For example, your authentication, your language preferences and all. For example, if you visit google.com, so on visiting google.com, what it does, it basically asks you for authentication. Then what actually happens when you authorize yourself? For example, I authorize myself with my email ID and my password. I provided my email ID and password. And after logging in, what actually happens is now if I go to any of its website, for example, if I go to Drive, Google Drive, or if I go to Google Photos, or go to YouTube, I will always be signed in. How actually this is happening that whenever I'm going on a website, going on any different website, I am always signed in. And this is basically happening with the help of cookies. Uh, so cookie is simply a string which is basically sent to the backend. For example, this is my server which is giving me information like my details like this is his email ankush@gmail.com, and this is his picture and all. These are the information which are provided by the backend to me. And to get this information on the backend, a cookie which is set in your browser is sent to the backend along with the request. And on the basis of this cookie, your details are extracted from the database and then are sent to your browser. That's why whenever you go to Google Drive or Photos or YouTube, your information is already available there. Fine, this is just a simple example of how cookies work and what are the use cases of cookies. Now, we are talking about third-party cookies. So, what are third-party cookies? Third-party cookies, as the name suggests, are set by a third-party website. For example, if I visit example.com, and this example.com, what it does, it basically run ads, and these ads are run, for example, from tracker.com. So, this example.com is exchanging data or getting some data from tracker.com. Now, this tracker.com, since I visited example.com, but this example.com is taking data or exchanging data from tracker.com, gives this tracker.com a superpower of setting cookies. So it can set cookies in my website like for example document.cookie. This is simple JavaScript, how it is set. I'm just giving you a context. So document.cookie equal to, for example, ABC. This is my cookie. And this tracker.com now have your information. Now, whenever you visit any other website, for example, let's say this tracker.com is being used for ads here. This example.com have ads, and these ads are being taken from tracker.com. And now this tracker.com has put a cookie in your browser, and on the basis of that cookie, it is now tracking you. A very standard use case is if you go to amazon.in and you search for a very standard product. Let's say you want to buy shoes. Sorry, it is .in. So you want to buy shoes. Now, what eventually will happen if you visit Instagram .com, you will automatically see ads around shoes, and you will be surprised by the fact that I did not even search about shoes on Instagram, but still it is showing me ads about shoes. Now, a couple of days later, you went to amazon.in and then you started searching for iPad. What eventually will happen? Ads related to iPad will start appearing on your Instagram feed. This whole thing is being happened by third party cookies. So what exactly is happening? This instagram.com, if you went to amazon.in and you allowed for third party cookies, then it simply means that instagram.com has now have the access to actually set cookies on your browser. And because it has a cookie on your browser, it is now tracking you everywhere. If you are going to let's say amazon.in, it is tracking that what exactly you are searching. If you go to for example youtube.com, it is searching what exact content you are watching. Since you allowed this Instagram.com to set cookies from third-party domains, it can track you anywhere on the browser, and basis on what it is tracking exactly, it will suggest you specific ads. So instead of suggesting you a pair of shoes, let's say you want to buy shoes, so instead of suggesting you shoes, it won't suggest anything like let's say iPad, which is something that you don't want to buy. So if you want to buy shoes and if you go on Google and search about shoes, Instagram will track it and it will suggest you ads on the basis of your personalizations, on the basis of your interest. That's why third party cookies come into picture, where you are being tracked by other websites so that they can provide you personalized ads. This is a very standard use case of third party cookies. So yeah, this video was about third party cookies, what exactly are the third party cookies and how you are being tracked by these websites using third party cookies. So I hope things make sense to you. Thank you so much.